Imagine this moment. You step off a long flight into a cold, unfamiliar airport. The year is 1988. Your hands are shaking slightly as you reach into your pocket and pull out everything you have in this new world. Just $23. No one is waiting for you with open arms. No warm meal, no soft bed, no familiar voice saying, "Welcome home." Only the noise of strangers, bright lights that hurt your eyes, and a heavy feeling in your chest that whispers, "What have you done?" Most people in that heartbreaking moment would break down in tears. They would feel the weight of leaving their family, their home, their everything behind. They would question every dream that pushed them onto that plane. But one young man from Sialkot, Pakistan, wiped away the fear, looked at those crumpled $23, and made a silent promise to himself. This is not the end. This is where my real story begins. Today, in 2026, that same young man owns more than 150 KFC, Pizza Hut, and Taco Bell restaurants across America. He provides jobs to over 5,000 families. He runs one of California's biggest logistics companies. He has poured millions into Major League Cricket and helped build a massive 84-acre cricket complex that brings joy to thousands. And the government of Pakistan honored him with the Hilal-e-Imtiaz, one of the highest civilian awards, not just for his business success, but for the love and generosity he showed to his roots. This is the deeply moving, real-life story of Tanweer Ahmed. A story filled with tears, loneliness, endless nights of doubt, and unbreakable hope. A story that proves, even when you start with almost nothing, your heart, your hard work, and your faith can build something beautiful. If you are listening right now and your own dreams feel heavy or impossible, please stay with me. Because Tanweer's journey will touch your heart and remind you that the American dream is still alive for those who refuse to give up on themselves. Tanweer Ahmed was born on January 21, 1969, in Sialkot, a city that rings with the sound of hard work and sports goods being crafted by hand. His family lived a simple, humble life. There was love in the house, laughter from siblings, and the warm smell of home-cooked meals, but money was always tight. From a young age, Tanweer felt a quiet fire burning inside him. He would watch his parents struggle with dignity and think to himself, "One day I want to make their lives easier. One day I want to create opportunities that no one in my family ever had." That dream grew stronger every year. By 1988, at just 19 years old, he made the most painful yet hopeful decision of his life. He said goodbye to his mother's tearful eyes, his father's worried face, and the familiar streets where he had played as a child. With a heavy heart and very little money saved, he boarded the plane to America. As the plane took off, he looked out the window at the disappearing lights of Pakistan and whispered a prayer. He was leaving behind everything he knew for a future he could only imagine. When he landed, the dream collided hard with reality. $23. That was all he had to his name. The airport felt huge and cold. People rushed past him, speaking fast English he could barely understand. No one knew his name. No one cared about the dreams he carried in his heart. The first nights were the loneliest he had ever known. He stayed in cheap, crowded places where sleep came in fragments. He ate the cheapest food possible, sometimes going to bed with hunger gnawing at his stomach. Culture shock hit him like a wave, the fast pace, the different smells, the way strangers barely looked at each other. He missed his mother's voice calling him for dinner. He missed the warmth of family gatherings. There were quiet moments when tears would come, when he would wonder, did I make a terrible mistake leaving everything behind? But even in those dark nights, something deep inside him refused to break. He reminded himself of his mother's face, of the sacrifices his parents had made, and of the promise he had made to himself. He knew that crying alone would not change his situation. So he stood up every morning and did the only thing he could. He started working. He took any job that came his way, washing dishes for hours until his hands were raw and wrinkled from water, cleaning sticky floors late at night when the restaurant was empty and silent, working at gas stations on long shifts where the hours blurred together. Sometimes he worked two jobs back to back, his body aching with exhaustion, just to pay for a small room and basic food. The language barrier made everything harder. Customers would get frustrated when he didn't understand quickly. Managers would correct him again and again. There were days when he felt invisible, small, and completely alone in a huge country. Yet Tanweer never allowed bitterness to grow in his heart. He chose to see every difficult job as a teacher. While scrubbing dishes, he watched how the kitchen flowed when things were organized. While serving tables, he learned how a kind word could turn an angry customer into a regular one. While mopping floors at midnight, he trained his mind to stay strong even when his body wanted to quit. He observed successful managers, how they spoke with confidence, how they solved problems calmly, how they cared about small details that others ignored. In his heart, he was not just working for money. He was quietly building himself into someone who could one day lead. Slowly, with patience and quiet determination, opportunities began to open. He moved from dishwasher to shift supervisor. Then came a chance at Jack in the Box as a shift manager. His hard work, positive attitude, and smart ideas caught the eyes of those above him. Promotions came faster than he expected. Regional manager, area manager, and soon general manager at Taco Bell. By 1992, he had become regional manager at KFC, responsible for multiple stores. In those moments, when he received each promotion, he would feel a quiet wave of emotion, a mix of gratitude, pride, and deep love for the parents he had left behind. He knew every late night and every tired morning had been worth it. But Tanweer's heart was never satisfied with just climbing the ladder as an employee. In 2006, he took the scariest and most emotional step of his career. He decided to become a franchise owner himself. With savings, loans, and a lot of prayers, he started with one single location. The fear was real. What if it failed? What if he lost everything he had worked so hard for? There were many sleepless nights filled with worry and self-doubt. But he remembered the boy who arrived with $23 and told himself, "I have come this far with faith and effort. I will not stop now." One store became two. Two became 10. 10 became 50 and then more. Today, through Pak Foods LLC, Tanweer owns and operates more than 150 KFC, Pizza Hut, and Taco Bell outlets across Arizona, Colorado, Nevada, and Texas. He employs over 5,000 people whose families now have stable incomes because of his vision. The business brings in hundreds of millions in revenue every year. He expanded into logistics with North Coast Couriers, which became one of California's largest transportation companies. He stepped into real estate, energy, and medical research. In recent years, he invested over $100 million in Smalls Sliders and continues growing. He also poured his passion into Major League Cricket, owning the Houston Hurricanes franchise and helping create an 84-acre cricket complex in Texas that brings people together through the sport he loves. Through all this success, Tanweer's heart stayed soft and connected to his roots. Every achievement reminded him of his mother's sacrifices and his father's quiet strength. He began giving back in ways that brought tears to many eyes. He donated $9 million to Nust University in Islamabad so that hundreds of underprivileged students could study information technology and chase their own dreams. In Sialkot, he built a modern free dialysis center named after his beloved mother, Kalsoom Akhtar, so that poor patients suffering from kidney disease could get treatment without worry. He upgraded girls' schools into colleges in his village. He supported flood relief with large donations and helped many families rebuild their lives. In the United States, too, he quietly supports youth programs, education, and community work. When he received the Hilali Imtiaz Award, his heart was full, not just with personal pride, but with gratitude for every person who believed in him and for the country that gave him a chance. So what does this emotional journey teach us in 2026? It teaches us that starting small is never shameful. $23 and a hopeful heart were enough to begin a lifetime of impact. It teaches us that every humble job carries hidden lessons if we choose to see them. Washing dishes taught him discipline, customer service, and business wisdom that no classroom could have given. It teaches us the power of quiet observation and continuous learning. While others rested, he studied systems and people, turning every experience into fuel for growth. It teaches us that taking risks with faith can open doors we never imagined. The fear of becoming an owner was heavy, but stepping through it changed his life forever. It teaches us the beauty of patience and consistency. Success did not come in a single year. It came through decades of showing up, even on the days when his heart felt tired.
And most importantly, it teaches us that true success feels complete only when we lift others up. Tanweer's generosity shows that when we remember our beginnings and help others rise, our own journey becomes deeply meaningful. Tanweer Ahmed arrived in America with $23, a heavy heart, and unspoken dreams. Today, he lives a life filled with purpose, respect, and the joy of giving back. His story is a gentle reminder that no matter how dark the night feels, a new morning can bring light if we keep walking with courage and love in our hearts. If you are listening to this and carrying your own struggles, whether it is financial worry, loneliness, self-doubt, or fear of the future, remember Tanweer's beginning. Your today is not your forever. Your small, honest effort today can become the foundation of something beautiful tomorrow. Take a quiet moment right now and ask yourself with an open heart, what is one small step I can take this week toward my own dream? Even if it feels tiny, it matters. If this story touched your emotions or gave you new hope, I would be truly grateful if you shared it in the comments. Tell me which part moved you the most, or what action you are feeling inspired to take. Your words might encourage someone else who is listening and feeling alone. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for staying with me through this entire story. Your time and your open heart mean more than you know. Keep believing in yourself. Keep working with love and honesty. Keep remembering that the dreams worth chasing are the ones that ask us to grow through our toughest moments. The American dream is still alive in 2026, not as a guarantee, but as a beautiful possibility for those who refuse to quit on themselves. I will see you in the next heartfelt story. Until then, take care of your dreams and take care of your heart. God bless you on your journey.